This is a very interesting topic. What happens now that we all hit our phones? Dumb phones, things that brick your phone for you so that you don't use them. No distractions. Airplane mode on steroids. Let's talk about it.
How did our smartphones go from something amazingly cool to something that everyone hates?
Feeling that I get sometimes when I use my phone excessively, and the only way I can describe this feeling is a feeling of guilt.
This is what a minimalistic phone setup looks like.
Yeah, I remember when flip phones were cool, razors were cool, full keyboards on Blackberries were cool, and then before you know it, I forget who had one first, but somebody had like an iPhone, like a 3 or something, in like 7th or 8th grade. They were fucking sick.
This is the dumb phone.
Dumb phone sales are up. My parents' 2006 digital camera is now peak coolness. The anti-smartphone movement is just getting started. And this movement is going to change technology probably even more than AI. Because it all starts from one simple idea. What will happen when using a smartphone becomes uncool? Just like smoking. And we're going to see
Smoking's very uncool. Don't smoke, guys. If you need nicotine, get it in other ways. Use a patch, use a pouch, something else. Smoking is fucking dumb.
exactly what happens. But as I started to dive deeper into this, I realized that this whole movement is based on an entirely wrong idea. Because smartphones aren't really the problem. Social media also isn't really the problem. This thing is the problem. But to understand it, we have to start here. That's me in 1998, and I know, my outfit was fire. And together with hundreds of millions of people, I was getting
Yo, we all need to bring back the aesthetics from 1998. No, but right there where it has his little loop graphic, I think I would agree that it's not the phones and it's not social media that are the problem. I forgot who invented it, but the infinite scroll and the perpetual attempt to keep you locked in on a platform forever, that's the problem.
This thing is the problem. But to understand it, we have to start here. That's me in 1998, and I know, my outfit was fire. And together with hundreds of millions of people, I was getting my first taste of the internet. I grew up downloading music from email, chatting with friends on MSN. I bought Minecraft Alpha in 2009. I signed up to Facebook, because believe it or not, it was the
OG.
cool thing to do at the time. Technology was cool.
MySpace back
Being
in
on
the
social
day.
media was cool. And when smartphones arrived, they were even cooler. My first smartphone was an HTC Sensation. Look at that sweet animation. It's so nice. But in 2012, something happened. These are the charts that show anxiety levels and feeling of not having a meaning in life in teenagers. And it's clear something went wrong. And guess what was skyrocketing to the mainstream in 2012? Yep, timelines match perfectly. I spend 3 hours a day on my phone. I feel addicted. That's it. Smartphones are evil. Except they're not. Because something else was discovered in 2012. Something much more hidden, but also much more dangerous. Think about it. When you feel bad for wasting hours on your phone, what are you doing? Probably scrolling TikTok, which is media. Or Instagram, which is social media. Or playing the latest dark pattern, playing to win game like
Dopamine.
Monopoly Go. Which in the end is media.
Dopamine
This guy's a
addiction.
game, because all you do in this game is press one button. So probably Vacuum Cleaner Simulator is a better game than this. But still, surely you
All right. I might stream Vacuum Cleaner Simulator. Not going to lie. Vacuum Cleaner. Maybe some Lawn Dominator Simulator. Some Farming Simulator.
don't hate your smartphone when it's guiding you
Maybe.
through a new city with Google Maps, or when it's taking picture of good memories with your friends, or when you're drunk and you need to call an Uber. We're addicted to media. Smartphones just serve its best. But the invasive and addictive media of today has one key difference with TV or MySpace or even the Facebook I was using in 2010, and it's this, the loop. This loop is how tech products are built. Basically, all software products are built with this. From big tech to TikTok to a two people startup in a moldy basement.
Everything
And
is
this
fighting for your
So get
attention
ready for a crash course on how digital
24/7.
products are.
Netflix came out and said that their biggest competitor is sleep. People go to sleep, and when they're asleep, you can't serve ads. That's straight from Netflix.
Actually built in 40 seconds. So you have your app, you have designers and engineers, but what should your team work on? We could build a dark mode, improve the algorithm, add a new AI chatbot. We have an endless list of ideas, but how do you decide what to build? What we need is called a North Star, an objective that's measurable, a number. If we are, say, Google Maps, we can put here the number
Retention?
of kilometers traveled maps. And
Maybe?
this is what we want to grow. So we take our ideas and we start building the ones that we think will increase this number the most. So, for example, let's build a new dark mode so you don't get blinded by your phone when you're driving at night. Then we can immediately test it with millions of people around the world and see whether it actually improves the North Star. If it does, we release it to everyone and on to the next one. Now, this is a big simplification, but this is how tech works. This is what I do in my job as a product manager. And around 2012, social media and media companies in general, including Netflix, YouTube, Spotify, well, they have realized that here, the best metric they can put was time and engagement. They discovered that if they optimize for time, they can basically print money with ads or subscriptions. They found a direct correlation between increasing time and increasing the revenue.
I think by what he's meaning by time is attention. Attention, not
And so the race for optimizing for your time was on, and all the other apps follow suit. Now, this loop is not inherently evil. It's just a really, really, really effective way to build tech products. And all it does is build things that optimize for the North Star. But when the North Star is trying to take over all of your users' time, well, that's where this whole mess starts. This is Chamath Palihapitiya. He worked directly with Mark Zuckerberg at Facebook during those years, and he basically pioneered this time-sucking loop. And this is what he has to say about it.
I feel tremendous guilt. I think in the back, deep recesses of our minds, we kind of knew something bad could happen.
And I probably shouldn't mention it, but even this very video is optimized for keeping you here. I'm using music and text and images and hopefully an interesting story so that you will watch it until the end. Why? Well, not because I like it, but because YouTube is also playing this time game. And if I want to tell this story, I need to create something that people want to watch until the end. So in reality, the best way to support your favorite creator is not actually liking their video or subscribing to their channel.
Just watching it all
it's
the way
actually
through.
To watch the video until the end.
Yeah,
but after 15 years of this
all
loop
the way
building
through.
products that take more and more of your time, people are starting to have enough. Especially younger people that have been exposed much more to the effects of this are saying, you know what, this is too much. I want my time back. And even though it is not a real problem, there's only one thing that people could do. Declare war on the smartphone. Dumb phone sales are up. Flip phones are cool again. And no, I'm not talking about these flip phones. I'm talking about these flip phones. In 2020, global dumb phone sales reached 1 billion units and growing, while smartphone sales were 1.4 billion units, that's down 12% from the year before. Interest for the keyword dumb phone has only been growing on Google. There's a new market for less. Lightphone is a company that makes premium minimalist smartphones with e-ink displays, and they've been growing year after year. While tech companies were racing for more megapixels, more cameras on the back, more AI, more revolutionary features like a new button, people are starting to crave for less. And it's not just the devices. We are seeing.
Have y'all ever seen the video compilation of every single year? It's the newest, latest, and greatest iPhone ever. And I think is it Tim Cook? Let me see. Let's go iPhone launch compilation. Let's see if the best iPhone we've ever made.
That's why I'm really excited to tell you about an entirely new version, the iPhone 3GS, because this is the most powerful, fastest iPhone we've ever made.
iPhone we've ever made.
iPhone 4. This is, beyond a doubt, the most precise thing, one of the most beautiful things we've ever made.
Today, we're going to introduce iPhone 5. It is the most beautiful product we have ever made, bar
Most
none.
beautiful,
This
most
is iPhone
beautiful.
5S.
Best.
The team has carefully considered
greatest.
every detail to make this the most beautiful phone ever made.
These are the new iPhones, the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus. They are without a doubt the best iPhones we've ever done. Introducing the iPhone 6S and the iPhone 6S Plus. The iPhones you are about to see are the most advanced iPhones
Most
ever.
advanced
this is
ever.
iPhone 7. It's the best iPhone.
You do need
that
a
we
new
have
phone.
ever
I will
created.
agree.
iPhone 8.
iPhone 8 has the highest quality video capture ever in a smartphone. This is the most powerful and smartest chip ever in
The
a
smartest
smartphone. This
phone,
glass
the
is
best
most durable
phone,
ever in a smartphone.
most durable.
This is iPhone 10. It is the biggest leap forward since the original iPhone. This
Rip
is
Joe.
iPhone 10s. It is the most advanced iPhone we've ever created.
Rip
the
Joe
iPhone
Rogan.
11 Pro, and these are the most powerful and most advanced iPhones that we have ever built in a stunning new design. This is iPhone 12 Pro, the largest display we've ever shipped in an iPhone. iPhone 13 Pro.
They say
These
ever
are the
a lot.
best iPhones we've ever created.
Ever.
iPhone 14
ever,
Pro
ever,
and iPhone 14
ever.
Pro Max, the best iPhones we've ever created.
Ever
And iPhone
created.
15 Pro. These are the best and most capable iPhones we've ever made.
Dang, it sounds like you just put that shit in a chat GPT and said, give me 5 different iterations. There at the end, they were all the exact same thing.
Seeing an explosion in apps and gadgets that help reduce screen time and phone usage. Apps that block other apps, all the way to phone cages where you put your phone in and you can't take it out until the timer is over. Even Apple and Google couldn't ignore this trend, and they ended up building digital well-being and
let's
screen
put
time
our
reduction
put our
apps
phone
built
into a
directly
box
Android
for an
phones.
hour.
And it's not just phones. In the age of computational photography, 100x zooms and AI image processing, all digital point-and-shoot cameras from the 2000s are back. Old iPod sales are up. Young people are buying typewriters to escape from having to use their computers and iPads.
Typewriters,
This
my
is our
ass.
But what really matters here is not this small bunch of people that get a Nokia over this iPhone 15 Pro Max. What really
Anytime I hear that, the only thing I think of is the phone in the shit in Jurassic Park. In the gigantic shit. Jurassic Park. Phone in poop. Anytime I hear that.
Listen.
It's not even the same thing.
Find it before it stops ringing.
It's here. Wait. It's here.
I thought it was the other one.
I got it.
That's not the same sound. I'm so sad. I always thought it was the same sound.
Pack. Old iPod sales are up. Young people are buying typewriters to escape from having to use their computers and iPads. This is a rebellion. But what really matters here is not this small bunch of people that get a Nokia over this iPhone 15 Pro Max. What really matters is that this movement can disrupt.
I think I'm retarded.
By putting forward a
That is 100%
why
doo-doo.
do smartphones become uncool? This is the Marlboro Man, the stereotype of the cool guy. Smoking a cigarette with his cowboy hat. Look at his coolness. And Marlboro, the company, built this character with one purpose only: to make smoking seem cool. And, well, it worked. You've seen countless movies where the cool, edgy character smokes. It was a cool thing to do until it wasn't. It took decades, but people realized the danger of smoking. And culture made smoking uncool. And while, yes, higher taxes on cigarettes and more awareness of the dangers helped,
We bullied
key factor in
people
deciding whether a
out of
14-year-old
smoking
will
for
start
the
smoking
most
or not
part.
is just, well, how cool smoking is. If everyone around him thinks smoking is lame, then he's way less likely to start. Coolness is everything. If culture
Hey, bullying works. Look at Cracker Barrel. Bullying works.
decides something is cool, that thing grows like crazy. If culture decides something is uncool, like cigarettes, then it dies. In the US, we went from 42% of people smoking in 1965 to 14% in 2019. But then there's another side.
Rookie
Companies
numbers.
spend hundreds of billions of dollars every single year just to make their thing cool. This is what keeps fashion alive, where baggy jeans are cool, then they are uncool, then they're cool again, and so on. And while we cannot make a direct comparison, there are
Baggy's
studies
never
to
been
show
cool.
smartphones and cigarettes are two completely different types of addiction. This same thing is what has been going on with smartphones. Tech companies launched cooler and newer phones every year and made sure that having the latest smartphone is cool. It's a status symbol. And this has been the trend for the last 15 years. But now, something is changing. This time-optimizing loop that media companies have been taking to the extreme caused culture to fight back. And even though it's not the cause, the smartphone is the victim. Because this new movement is all about making smartphones uncool. A few years ago, if I went to my friends and I said, I'm in a dopamine detox, they would have looked at me like a
Dopamine
weirdo. But today they
detox.
would reply, oh, I should do that too. A few years ago, taking a break from social media
Turned
was
into a
weird.
challenge.
Why would you do that? Now, when you hear
Dopamine
someone coming back from a
detox
trip in some remote
challenges.
place, one of the first things they say is, oh, it was so cool, I was able to unplug from everything. A few years ago, it was crazy to even think about getting a dumb phone. Today, it's happening more and more. And this new movement has also brought up the big guns, celebrities. There's a reason why companies use celebrities to sell you perfume in these cringy black and white commercials. Because celebrities have the power to change.
And these
In
cringy
2010s,
black and white
celebrities moved to
commercials.
social media in droves, gathering hundreds of millions of followers. But in the 2020s, we are starting to see celebrities go in the opposite direction, distancing from social media, distancing from their smartphone, taking a break.
Yeah, there's lots of celebs that they don't even run their own stuff. They just outsource it to some agent or agency or management group or something and don't even do anything with it.
I
do
decided
they
to
know?
delete my Instagram because I just felt like I was so addicted to this kind of false version of my life that it was just taking over.
And this simple idea is going to be much more powerful in changing tech than AI or any other fancy technology. Just like the ban on cigarettes, we might start to see phone-free zones. Bars, restaurants, clubs starting to ban phones because that would make them cooler. Bergheim in Berlin is probably the most secretive and hard to get into club in the world. And
I don't think we're going to see as I don't think the social stigma of phones is going to be as bad as smoking. Because smoking smells, it stinks, it's invasive. It's very one person smoking in a room affects the whole room. One person on their phone in a room doesn't really affect the whole room. So I don't think we'll see as big of bans.
And for years, no phones are allowed inside, and this makes it undoubtedly cooler. If a few years ago the status symbol was having the latest iPhone, a few years from now, the flex could be being able to live on an old Nokia flip phone. 15 years ago, you weren't part of the cool kids if you weren't on Facebook. In the future, watching TikTok might be seen as lame.
Smoking is retardedly disgusting. Like if you smoke in 2025, I don't even know what to tell you. It's, to be honest, with the rate of cancer and lung cancer and stuff from smokers, it's basically a mental disorder because it's like long-term suicide. Smokers, long-term suicide.
Hey, I know these things might seem silly now, but don't
Very
underestimate the
inefficient
power
way to
of
get
changing
to the
culture. But
destination.
also, don't think that tech companies are just going to sit and wait.
It's
They're going
not
to do
bad.
everything in their power to ride this trend. And it's already happening. The whole idea of this new wave of AI devices, like the Rabbit R1 or the Humane AI Pin, is that you don't need your smartphone.
All right. The rabbit is retarded. This idea of like a pin or something on your body that does everything that your phone does, but without the phone's capabilities, and then charging the price of a new phone for it, it's retarded. And I'm glad I've seen it fail as much as it has. Is it Marquise Brown? Whatever, the big YouTuber. He absolutely shit on those devices, and I loved it.
And all the addiction it carries with it. But you can still get all its benefits thanks to AI. That's the idea, at least. The execution has been...
What's the traffic to the Empire State Building?
Yeah, him.
Finding directions. Use the voice command feature of AI Pin to ask for traffic information to the Empire State Building, and it will provide you with the details you need.
I did.
That's
And I'm
what he
willing to
just
bet
did,
that in 2
and
or
it
3
didn't
years,
work.
the big smartphone guys like
Who'da
Samsung,
guessed?
Google, or Apple will start to build products around this as well. Like phones with physical switches and locks to use them less. Or even devices that replace some of the things your smartphone does, like music. So yeah,
I doubt
probably going to go back to iPods. Once this idea of digital minimalism and taking control of time becomes mainstream culture, apps and media may start to break free from this
We're
loop
gonna
of maximizing time.
we're gonna go
because just like
back
today,
to
saying that some food
iPods?
is organic makes it more appealing. In the future, social media site
Hell
that's
yeah.
explicitly built to not have time
You see
addiction
me
is going to be
running
more
around
appealing.
with
And
this
this
thing?
changing culture is
Let's
also going to
go.
massively influence the next generation of devices. To the majority of people, this is already cringe. And Apple and any other company can spend billions to make their Vision Pro or whatever VR headset the highest resolution with the best tracking. But if wearing it is seen as cringe or uncool, then it's already bound to lose. And if you ask me, yeah, even as a tech enthusiast, this is pretty cringe. But this is also the perfect storm
Yeah,
to make augmented
that
reality
stuff's
glasses
weird.
the next big thing. Because people do want the benefits of having a smartphone, capturing moments, navigating the world. What they don't want is being sucked into doom scrolling into a rectangle. And with AR being an overlay on the real world, with way more limitations on what you can display, you're not going to see a TikTok feed projected over your fridge. So this is what goes on behind the scenes of every single video I make. And it took me years to learn all this stuff. But now you can go literally behind the scenes of my...
So, I think I agree with most of what he said. I think that phones will become less and less. Phones will become less and less unstigmatized. I think eventually more people will resort to the idea of using their phone less and just leaving it behind. Like, I say that. You're not going to leave it in your vehicle when you go inside somewhere. But if you're driving down the road 4 or 5 miles, know exactly where you're going there and back, I don't know. I could see you leaving your phone at the house more and more and more often. But then it's just like, what happens if you get into a fucking car wreck? What happens if, I don't know, you see a wreck? What happens if you see something crazy and you can't call anybody? I don't know. I think there's enough security and convenience in the phone that it's, I don't know, pretty interesting. What are y'all's thoughts? Leave them down below.